Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to Team Liquid versus Mudgolems in the lower bracket finals of the ESL One Germany 2020 online tournament. The winner of this series will go forward and secure their place in the grand finals against Navi tomorrow. So, along the line here between these two teams. Don't want to go dropping out now. I mean, even still, these are the two teams that both managed to take secret 2-0. Which is an incredibly hard task for any team. But both of these two teams managed to do it in this tournament, so hopefully we're going to see some masterclass Dota at work. The Mudgolems, they lead up with the Lone Druid and the Slardar ban. Always got to ban out the Lone Druid whenever you're against Team Liquid. You don't want it to fall in the hands of Koifa. Absolutely monstrous hero. And then Liquid, they follow up with a Faceless Void and IO ban. Faceless Void, always a hero which is just so dominant in the current meta. Teams just absolutely love to pick it up. So yeah, that's already taken away. Plus the IO ban. IO always gets banned out, and if it doesn't get banned out, it just gets picked in the first phase. In most chances, so especially in the hands of Mudgolems, they do like to pick it up. They're going to lead up with a Oracle. Just a nice safe position 5. So they're probably going to be looking at picking up a greedy core, maybe something like a Spectre. That's generally like the pairing that goes with an Oracle. And Spectre is actually Mudgolem's most picked hero. So they picked up 5 times. They've won 4 out of 5 times, so pretty strong showing on it so far. Liquid going to take the Earth Spirit. Just a nice active position 4. Gets to run around the map. It can be played in position 5, but you do tend to see it as a position 4. Especially in the hands of Tiger. Mudgolems actually go with a Lifestealer instead. Lifestealer definitely just that hero that, you know, can just apply a lot of pressure. As soon as he gets that armlet online, able to just start making moves across the map, try and start taking some fights or even pushing in towers for his team. Now Liquid are actually going to answer that by taking a Timbersaw. Timbersaw definitely likes to play up against melee cores in the offlane. Lifestealer can't really do too much against the Timbersaw, especially once you get a few early levels in the reactive armor. Especially when the Whirling Death comes out as well, reducing his base stats. Getting rid of just extra HP and damage with Lifestealer, just going to make it a bit more difficult for him to get last hits. Small Golems, they ban out the PA and the Morphling, just taking away the heroes from Mickey. Imagine Mudgolems probably ban out a Nature's Prophet as well. Did he ban out Nature's Prophet? No, not really actually. Yeah, of course they wouldn't need to. Silly suggestion. So it's already the offlaner secured for the side of Liquid. Potential as well to move the Timbersaw into the mid lane if there is a particularly amazing matchup that they can get. Depends what Mudgolems are going to pick up for their mid laner, but probably nothing too spicy there. Probably should just be an offlaner. So Liquid ban out the Lina. There's a hero that Mudgolems likes to pick up, but they also do like to grab a Snapfire as well for the for a support role as well. I'm not sure if Mudgolems have tried doing the Snapfire as a core role in the mid. I know a lot of teams are actually picking it up now, and it's becoming quite prominent in the meta. So there is the potential to see one of those two teams try and pull that trick out the bag. Liquid just trying to think of what they want to go for as their third pickup. Can maybe see something like a anti-mage carry coming out for the side of Team Liquid. It's always easy for the anti-mage to disengage from a life stealer, and especially once he gets the Abyssal Blade online, try and lock him down. Easy way to do a lot of damage, plus you can still jump towards the back and try and get a grab onto the Oracle before any false promise comes out. But Liquid are going to take up the Rubik. This is going to be their 8th time with the Rubik now. They definitely love picking up this hero. They're currently 5-2 on him. It's definitely a strong win rate. And the thing about the Rubik on Team Liquid is that Tiger and Insania love picking up this hero. But seeing as how they've already got the Earth Spirit, that'll probably be in the hands of Tiger, so the Rubik will fall to Insania in the position 5 role. So it's just the position 1 in the mid lane left for Team Liquid to pick up. Mudgolem's actually going to go with the Tiny. That'll probably be in the hands of Milan in the position 4. So yeah, I could still see the anti-mage for Team Liquid. It will mean that they'll have to pick up a nice high tempo-ish pickup from the mid lane, just to try and leave the anti-mage a little bit of room. I mean, said they could also go for something like a Void Sphere. Oh, they actually could pick up the Juggernaut. So just the ability to pop out the Omni Slash if he ever almost gets caught out by the open wounds. Or even if he gets disarmed by the Oracle, be able to pop out the Omni Slash as well. Still be able to pump out a bit of damage. Fast lane's quite nice with Rubik as well. When he goes for the spin on the Jug moving forwards, and then the Rubik can always just telekinesis someone and pull him back into the spin. Guarantees a lot of damage. And then Mudgolems actually go for the Storm Spirit. Definitely going to be a good way to get on top of the Jug, and as soon as the Storm Spirit has his Orchid online, to be able to get on top of the Jug and silence him out before he can get that spin off. Try and keep him locked in place. So we'll probably see a very fast Manta style coming out for Mickey in this game. Just needs to make sure you can purge that off as fast as he can. So it looks like Mudgolems still just need the pickup for 33 in the off lane. And they've got the catch from the Tiny so far, because that's going to be a Milan. He'll probably be getting a pretty fast Blink Dagger, or try to at least. Even the jump forward from the Storm Spirit. So they're not too worried about trying to find someone to initiate with. Maybe they're just after someone who can just provide a nice bit of presence in team fights. Come with a nice ultimate. Even a Magnus, actually. Magnus has not been banned out yet. And plus, with the Mag, it'd also be able to ramp up the farm and speed off the Lifestealer as well. I mean, there's not much AoE damage to really follow up the RP, but I mean, even still, the RP will pierce through the spin from the Juggernaut if he ever tries to go for like a cheeky TP out or anything. Also a good way to lock down the Timber Saw as well. Yeah, I could see Magnus for the side of Mudgolems here, as long as it doesn't get banned out one of these next picks. Oh, Mudgolems actually banned out the Magnus themselves, choosing not wanting to actually go for that. And then Liquid immediately ban out the Doom as well. So there's two big sort of tanky frontliners taking out the ball on both sides. So still Koifer's hero left for Liquid. And 33's hero for Mudgolems. Yeah, Mudgolems actually go for the Void Spirit. So it's got good ways to be able to escape from the Omnisasper Jug if he ever gets caught out, and be able to disengage from the spin relatively easily. So it's just going to be Tiny in the off lane, which is going to be a little bit pressured, so he's going to have to be careful. And Liquid actually pick up the Visage for Koifer in the mid lane. So we'll see how Bora's able to lane up against that. He should be able to apply a lot of pressure onto Koifer for the early portions of the mid lane. But as soon as Koifer manages to get his level 6, the familiars that come out are just going to really help him ramp up the damage and try and harass Bora out the lane. So we'll probably see as soon as Bora does get a 6, he'll probably start making rotations himself. Looking at these lineups, who do I favour? It's kind of tough, to be honest. To be honest, I think this all comes down to how the mid lanes go. I think all the side and off lanes are relatively even. Perhaps Liquid's off lane might do a little bit better, just for the fact that it is a Timbersaw lane up against a Lifestealer. Meanwhile, the Void Spirit can't do a huge amount to contest the farm of a Jug. So we might see a slight little disparity in the farm of the position ones due to that. But apart from that factor, I think it does all depend on how this mid lane is going to go. Like I said, I think Boris should have a decent start, but as soon as oh my god, Bora, oh sorry, Koifer. God, completely spaced out there. But yeah, as soon as Koifer gets level 6, I think Boris should definitely start struggling in the lane a little bit more. So we see immediate smoke out now from Mudgolems. They're hunting. See if they can find someone to get a quick little first blood. They will see Boxy. It's not the easiest target to go on. But I think Milan actually got spotted there. So Boxy doesn't want to push forwards anymore. I think even that ward might have... Yeah, that ward spots the rest of Mudgolems. Unfortunately, they don't find anyone from this. I'm not sure if Fata saw where this ward went, but I think he definitely saw where the dire ward found where this ward was placed, so that might be getting countered pretty soon. This is 33 up top. Looks like he's going to try and secure these up, but Mickey and Insane are able to push him out. Meanwhile, down bottom, it looks like Mudgolems were able to secure both the bottom bounties, so it ends up being just a 2-for-2 trade. And instantly a smoke brought up from Tiger there. Going to look to try and make some early rotations by the sounds. But for the first couple of levels, Skeeter should have a slight advantage. Just for the fact that Boxer won't have those reactive armor stacks too quick. As soon as he hits his level 3 and it's level 2 reactive armor, then Boxy should definitely start having a much easier time in the lane. But for the first few levels, he's definitely going to struggle. So you actually find him Milan's courier. A little bit out of position there, but Milan just managed to drag the creep wave all the way behind the tower, but the tower does actually get quite a few hits off, so this isn't quite going to delay the wave as much as Mudgolems would have liked. But so maybe just a slight little misplay there. But it shouldn't be anything that spells doom for the rest of the game, for sure. Mudgolems love pulling this safe lane creep wave. I don't think a single creep wave has met what it's meant to for the majority of this game so far. But yeah, it's quite difficult for Milan to try and throw out any sort of harass. Spin from Mickey can come out any time, even with the fade bolt from Insania as well, just reducing his attack damage. Even though he did get nerfed in a couple of patches ago, so it's percent damage rather than fixed damage now. Meanwhile, Insania, he's coming around Boris, level 2, so he's got the lift as well. Can try and keep him locked in place. Boris taking quite a bit of damage, and it looks like he will actually fall. It's a nice little play there from Insania. Rotates around and gets the first blood. Actually, it's not actually technically first blood because no one got the kill. Or does it count? I don't think it counts. So I think there's still like 200 gold bonus bounty left to go. You're off 33 Milan. They're making a move on to Mickey, and there's enough burst to keep him down. He couldn't actually get his spin off in time. So nice little play there from Mudgolems. Get the level 3 power spike, make an immediate move onto Mickey, especially seeing as how Insania rotates to the mid. Left him completely open, and yeah. Even in the score. But it is level 3 now online for Boxy, so he's able to stand his ground against Skeeter a little bit more now. His presence at the moment isn't strong enough that Skeeter can't farm, but it's mildly disrupting, shall we say? Mildly. It's like in the mid. Koifa and Sania. Moving on to Milan. Poor little Stone Man just wanted to try and secure the bounty, but it's going to be bottomed down. Anyway, Tiger just snatches it up straight away. And he's just rolling straight in. Moving on to Bora there. Kicks him back towards Koifa, but no one's actually close enough to lock him down. It looks like he might actually just die for this. Gets tossed back towards the tower. Free kill for Bora. Gets a little bit low, but not low enough. He even just pops the salve now. The rest of the Mudgolems are keeping chase. Everyone else is falling back, but it's just Milan now. Want to apply a little bit of pressure. High five me, damn it, or I'll smack you with my stone hands. Insania just wants to run. But he can't run fast enough. He just gets burst down. Down middle, and then Tiger just rolls straight back in, gets a kill onto Bora. And down bottom, Boxy actually gets a solo kill onto Skeeter. I'm not quite sure what happened there. Maybe Skeeter was just getting a little bit too overconfident. And then his rage was still on cooldown from a previous engagement, perhaps. But, well, now we're definitely going to see Boxy start to have a nice lead in this lane. Going to be level 5 pretty soon. Already got his soul running online. As soon as his curry's about to actually spawn, we'll see that start coming out. Now even Milan and Bora is trying to steal up a few stacks that the Liquid have been trying to make. Then Koifa's rotated around. Milan's going to get caught out. He's hit by slow. Nice body blocks from Insane. They're keeping him locked in place. Tiny ain't going nowhere. And he just falls. They get a couple of the creeps. But not really enough to actually say that that was any sort of win for him. But hey, he's got his Tranquils finished now. Woo! Speedy boots. Fata even managing to deny the regen really away from Koifa, but he's just keeping the chase on. The birds have spotted Fata out. Getting a little bit too deep, so we'll just turn around. But Bori's still only a third of his way towards level 6. Meanwhile, Koifa, he's nearly level 7. So those couple of kills early on onto Bora in the mid, it's really delayed his game quite badly. So it's going to be quite crucial for Bora. As soon as he hits his level 6, he's going to have to rotate around, and he's got to find a pick somewhere across this map. I mean, Boxy's definitely not the easiest kill in the world. But then neither's Jug. Purely because he can just spin and completely negate all the damage that's coming out from the Storm Spirit. So perhaps Insania and Tiger are actually going to be his main targets, but it feels pretty bad having to rotate around and purposely go for the supports. That's Medallion now finished up for Koifa as well, so that's really going to ramp up his ability to just burst someone down. Skeet seems to be having a little bit of an easier time down bottom now, after his little death earlier. He actually manages to get a quick pick off onto Boxy's courier. Small victories. And Boxy's an entire level ahead though. It's definitely not the easiest lane for Skeet still to be in. Looks like Milan gets spotted out by Koifa. Should be pretty easy kill, especially with Insania rotating around, keeps him stun locked. But Milan's actually going to turn around. 33's here to help out. Man's still alive, but finally Koifa gets stuck in. Bora gets stuck in, sorry, not Koifa. And they will actually get the kill onto Koifa. Bora just keeping the charge going, getting a few hits onto Insania, but the Familiar's there trying to stun out, but it's actually too much damage. 33 gets the last hit onto Insania. But Mickey's rotated around himself. He's got the Omni Slash available, and Bora's not got much mana left. Just enough to zip over to the other side of the Roshan pit, and he manages to get away. So not only was that 2 kills for only losing Milan, but they also drag Miko away from the wave. We will just start farming up these stacks now over the spin. I'm sure that Team Liquid are just the team that focuses so heavily on getting stacks. Like, no stacks. Oh, there is one stack actually. I went big up too hard. Far has made a couple. But just every single game, just Liquid, they always have stacks in their jungle, no matter where. More stacks there as well. Saboro's still quite a ways off from finishing up this Orchid. It's really far down on the net worth chart, only 6th at the moment. He is pretty much equal with Skeeter at the moment, but still 600 gold behind that of Koifer. And Box even manages to take down the tier 1 bottom. Immediately just goes straight back up to top where Skeeter was trying to farm up. Just going to make sure he can keep his early pressure going. Doesn't want to leave any space for Skeeter to get a decent amount of farm going. So Milan managing to get one of the bounties for the side of Liquid, so it would be a 3-for-1 bounty trade, slightly favouring Mudgolems there. Maybe that's why Liquid are doing so well this tournament. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. It's just all of their every time Mickey and Koifer are able to just farm up so damn quick because Insania just spends so much time in the jungle stacking. Sure, he limits his own game, but it's definitely worth it. Accelerating his scores so damn quickly, and then while they actually go to farm up the jungle, he just takes the open lane. Any sort of free experience going around, he'll snap that straight up. Ski is pretty close now to finishing up his armlet, only about 200 gold away, 300 gold, sorry. So he's pretty close to that. Once he actually has the item, Boxy won't be able to push him out the lane this easy. The armlet will definitely start to outpace the reactive armor stacks. Looks like Tiger tried to make a solo move onto Boro, but not quite enough damage to finish him off. Just saying hello between the two spirits. Storm and Earth colliding together, making a thunder rock. Is that Ski diving onto Insania up top? Tiger's rotated around as well. Again, lift back. Ooh, the boulder just misses onto Ski, so he's able to survive, but they keep the damage flowing forward. He's just going to turn around though, infest into 33. Tiger just goes for the roll away. Mickey's come over to try and get involved, but no one's. They just don't have any lockdown. So the side of Mudgolems are able to just run away. The only guaranteed stun they actually have is Insania. The other stuns they have the Rolling Boulder from the Earth Spirit, but obviously it's technically a skill shot, so it's not a guaranteed hit. And then the Bird Stomps coming out from Koifer as well, but even still they're relatively difficult to position sometimes. So I expect perhaps maybe we'll see a relatively early Basher and Abyssal Blade coming out from Mickey. Still going to finish up his Manta style. Yeah, I think actually Boris has completely bailed on the Orchid idea, seeing how the fact that Mickey is already pretty farmed and he's going to have his Manta style online before Bora even finishes up his Orchids. So there's not really that much point finishing it up. Just going to swap out and go straight for the Bloodstone instead. Anyway, just to ramp up his sustainability. We see a 3-man smoke for the side of Mudgolems. They're going to head towards their own jungle. It looks like they might just run into Tiger. He'll be the one to get hit in the front lines here. But the smoke pops and he has the vision onto Milan. He's able just to roll away. Unfortunately, it's a wasted smoke from the side of Mudgolems. But still, Tiger, he's still here. He's actually just going to run into Skeeter. But again, he gets the roll off once more. They spot out the stack on the Ancients on the triple. But I don't think they have enough to really contest it. Koifo's making a move onto far. He's already forced out the false promise. So that's definitely limiting the actual ability for Mudgolems to take a fight here. And Liquid will just be able to take this triple stack. It's not the easiest triple stack to take ever because there is no Battle Fury online for Mickey, so you can't just easily cleave all this down. Just one target at a time. Only 300 gold now for finishing up that Manta. And what we did see is a smoke now as well from Koifo and Sanya and Tiger. You can try and see if they can hunt down and kill themselves. And Mudgolems are all making a move onto Boxy, but he's pretty damn tanky, and the rest of Liquid are going to be able to get here in time. Boxy does not care, he's just going to heal straight back up. Milan's just going to be a super easy kill there. You just can't really go on Boxy, especially he's got mechanism as well. Maximum level on the reactive armor. This is just not a target you can go on, especially when there's not even a Skeeter here to actually start providing enough damage. Spore on 33, just not enough to burst through that sustainability. And especially with the fact that Borra doesn't even have an Orchid. So this is definitely looking a little bit rough at the start now for Mudgolems. Storm Spirit is a hero that loves to get a good bit of early momentum and to keep that rolling and applying a lot of pressure across the map, but he got shut down pretty early, so he just hasn't had that ability to do that this game. Liquid are playing super aggressive towards the bottom tier 2. And looking like they want to try and push this out now and try and get the outpost stolen before the 20-minute mark. Tiger nearly getting this hit onto Borra there, but he's able just to zip away in time. But even still, that's Liquid just forcing Mudgolems to run away from their tier 2, and they will actually have this the ability to take the outpost now. Even able to rotate around and protect their tier 1 before 33 and Skeeter can actually take it down. So lovely movements here by Liquid. Get the early levels, the early pressure, managed to win a couple of their lanes, and they've just kept pushing forwards. What is Skeeter's next actual item? He's just going straight for the Assault Cuirass. Just way to provide a little bit of tank coming up from the damage from the Jug, as well as the Familiars from Koifa. With that early man to finish up, Mickey is actually going to go back for the Battle Fury now. Realising he's got the sustainability, so now he can actually invest a little bit of money into a farming item to keep his game accelerating. But we do see Milan infested up. He's got his Blink Dagger online as well. It looks like they will find Tiger. Easy toss combo onto him. But although the Remnant actually misses, gets away, but in comes Boris to lock him down a little bit more, and Tiger will eventually drop. Cost a little bit more of a commitment there from Mudgolems than they would have liked, but they still get the kill at least. It's something. Boxy has no fear at all. Sees Borra walking up high ground, just walks towards him. Borra knows there's absolutely nothing he can do in return. So 33 nearly got his Yule Scepter finished up, 1,000, 1,800. He's about 200 gold away from finishing up his Yule Scepter. Just an easy way for him to set up those Ether Remnants. Looks like Bora's finally getting close to finishing up this Bloodstone. Only 500 gold away now. Should probably have it after this creep wave, perhaps. Ooh. Liquid heading up top. Looks like they want to try and catch Bora, but the ward, I think, just spotted them rotating around. Gives them enough information just to back out now. There's a hell of a lot of weight on Skeeter's shoulders now. I mean, he's had relative free farm for quite a while, but he's not moved from the net worth chart at all. He's been pretty much fourth for a really long time. I mean, sure, he's got like the same net worth as Koifa and Mickey. Oh, Milan, that nice avalanche there. He actually managed to stun out Liquid before they can finish capturing the outpost. So nice little play there from Milan, stalling that out. A little bit of a misplay from Liquid. You would have thought that, seeing as though they would have had this by the 20-minute mark, that would have been such a key time to secure it, but I think they just forgot. They rotated around too late. Bloodstone now completed for Bora. Even a Desolator now for 33 as well. So we'll have a little bit more utility to try and get a couple of kills. And then we'll see Koifa's familiars, so he's probably hanging around somewhere. That's just going to zip forward, gets a kill onto one familiar and forces the resummon. Would be a nice time to actually get a kill onto Koifa now. Wouldn't have his familiars for 2 minutes. They are going to smoke up, but they're not going to push forward towards Koifa. They're going to actually try and wrap around. Looks like they're just going to get straight for the Roche. Yeah, they're going for the Roche, and they've got the minus armor from the Desolator now. It's not super quick, but it should be done in a reasonable time, and Liquid have no idea this is going on. They don't even have a scan available to try and scout this out. So there's definitely something that Mudgolems needed to try and bring themselves back into this game. Ooh. Pause out from Bora and disconnect, probably lagging out. But we do see an instant infest going now onto Bora. So, we'll see who Mudgolems want to try and get a pick off onto. Obviously, the ideal target would be the Jug, but I mean, there's not much that a Storm Spirit and a Lifestealer can actually do to lock him down, especially with the fact that Mickey has the Manta Style available, but they don't even have any Orchid or anything anyway, so maybe they can't actually go for Mickey. They could attempt Boxy, but it's really not advisable. He's so damn tanky. Insane, he would be an easy kill, but that's just a position 5. Tiger would probably be an easy kill as well. I think Koifa is the prime target, even though he does have a pipe of insight. I definitely feel like he would be the best target they can get. We'll see which direction they actually head up once Bora's reconnected. Even with a bottled Arcane Rune as well. Or is that just a bug? Because when I hover over it, it's not there. Oh no, it is. Rune, Arcane. Yeah, never mind. I'm just blind, peeps. Tier 3 is already taking damage down bottom there. Super Catapult. So, Koifa's just building up for the BKB. He's actually almost got it already. So at 2.63. He's only about 400 gold away from finishing that up. So he's going to have that pretty soon. Meanwhile, Mickey is going for the Skadi, his next item. So the Mudgolems have headed the other direction that Koifer actually is. Are they maybe put them out to see if they want to smoke up? No, it's going to jump out. Skeezer's going to go back to farming. I'm not sure if Mudgolems can actually kill Boxy. I mean, it's got 56 armor once he has max stacks, and he's got the Guardian Greaves as well as the Pipe of Insight on Koifer. So I really don't see Boxy dying this game, unless just the rest of his team just dies around him, and there's a large number of Mudgolems still left to try and take him down. But it's a pretty damn nice game for a Timber so far. Or I did spoil Boxy. Looks like they maybe want to try and make something happy. He's zipping forward. He actually finds Insania into the backlines. Milan's going to come in as well. Oh, the heal comes out. Insania. He actually, with the stolen infest, goes into one of Koifer's familiars. He's kept alive. Really nice play there. Koifer will keep the chase going. Looks like Insania will eventually drop. Meanwhile, 33 and Skier focus down Koifer, and he's going to drop himself. So it's 2 kills so far for the side of Mudgolems. Bora keeping up the pressure onto Insania. That's a dieback for him. Meanwhile, Farta does drop in the background to the familiars. Milan jumps forward. Boxy is actually going to drop as well. Finally, Mickey gets involved. Gets 2 kills onto 33 and Milan. But there's not enough lockdown to keep Bora and Skeeter in place. So they will be able to walk it off. But even still, that's a pretty nice engagement for the side of Mudgolems. Ends up being a 4-for-4 trade. But there was just the Aegis for Bora taken away as well. So definitely a nice play. But Mickey does survive, and he comes in at the very end just to get 2 quick cleanup kills. So that's just going to further buff out his game. He's just spent the entire time farming. Skeeter, a large majority of his time, he's been infesting up with his teammates, trying to get some pickoffs. Mickey doesn't care about his team. He's just doing his own thing. He's doing carry things. Already only 400 gold away from finishing up his Scardy as well. This man is just going to be a real beast to try and bring down. But, I mean, in that fight, I was proven wrong. Boxy did actually fall. I definitely think if Mickey was there at the start of that fight, I think I would have gone completely different, and Mudgolems probably wouldn't have been able to win that at all. Bora's hanging out on this creep wave, maybe seeing if someone's going to come in, but he's going to poke his head up too soon. Boxy and Bora just flying through each other as you do. Some weird soul bonding stuff there. Koifer's now got his BKB, so definitely have a little bit more survivability in that in the next team fight that comes along. But even so, it just feels like Liquid's happy just to. Oh, I was going to say they're happy just to leave Meke just carry on farming, but they will now use a smoke. They can head straight towards Mudgolem's triangle. Looks like they will actually run into Milan here. He comes to on the side, manages to get lifted off there from Insania before Milan can react and get a Blink Dagger off. So he's going to fall down pretty damn quickly. Meanwhile, Bora, they're making a jump forward in the mid lane. They manage to bring down Boxy before the rest of Liquid come over. Bora gets knocked down. The False Promise comes out, but he's taken so much damage. There's no way he's going to survive after that. He's just dead. Farta falls as well. There's actually a 5 kill streak on Bora as well, going towards Mickey. There's even more gold falling into this Juggernaut's pockets. Just bursting down this tier 2 super quick. And there's no borrow for another 35 seconds. They're probably going to force out a buyback here. Otherwise, it looks like Mudgolems just going to have to sign away their mid laner racks. Or is this the glyph enough going to force them back? Oh, I would have thought Liquid probably would have kept the pressure going there. No, they're just going to decide to fall back. Don't want to get too greedy. Mickey already getting pretty damn close towards his butterfly with that first light with the Eagle song. It was a great affair of fire as well. Pretty nice item. So Mudgolems again, they're looking to try and find something. Invested into 33. Roll 4 from Tiger. Actually connects onto the two of them. Silenced up onto well onto 33. Milan's even getting super low. Far onto the side, just gets burst down by Mickey. Lovely Eagle to survive that. Meanwhile, Koifu's trying to run away, but the bash comes out to keep holding him in place. He will fall. But it's just Mickey in the back so far, just doing cleanup. Starts focusing on Skeeter, and there's nothing he can do to survive that at all. He will fall super quick. And ends up being just a 3-4 trade. Sure, Koifu falls, but you get 3 quick pickoffs, and that's even Skeeter falling down as well. He's just a little bit too far behind Mickey now. Just doesn't quite have the damage to actually be able to man fight him. Sure, he's got an AC and a basher, but I mean, can't even click on him. But Mickey, Skadi, Manta, Battle Fury. He's pretty close to the Battle Fury, the Butterfly as well. Only now 800 gold away from that. See if maybe they want to go for the tier 3's bottom. There's still no Skeeter for another 25 seconds. And they will risk it. Milan jump forwards. Magic Castle spells straight away. A little bit confusing there. Mickey just focusing down onto the tier 3. Oh no, Bora tries jumping into the back, but nice reactions there from Assailant. Gets the immediate lift onto him. And Bora's gone for a minute with no buyback at all. And that's just going to give Liquid more fuel to keep pushing here. Finally, the backdoor protection comes in. And I don't think Mickey has the damage to beat this. It is slightly beat it, but again, this is going to see Mudgolems initiate straight back in. Mickey just falls. Looks like Liquid get a little bit too overconfident here. Boxy's locked down in place. Just getting stun locked by the bashes coming out from Skeeter. And it's enough to keep him down. Even Tiger's going to get caught. Yule's to keep him in place. So that's a nice punish there by Mudgolems. Just Liquid getting too cocky, trying to take down a tier 3 through backdoor protection just wasn't happening. And he ends up just throwing away a little bit of a lead there. See a nice little curve up going towards Mudgolems on the XP chart. But even still, it is about 7,000 XP lead for the side of Liquid. As well as a 5k gold lead as well. Or was it 8k? Total net worth. That's best part of 8,000 there, but it only says 4,000 at the top. What's that all about? Gaben's lying to me. He lies. But we're seeing Infest coming out from Bora now. They're going to the back line. They might be able to find Insania here. That will be a quick kill. Zip straight onto. Insane doesn't last a second. Koifu immediately pops his BKB and just starts bailing out. And it looks like Mudgolems might actually be able to find their first tier 2 of the game. Liquid will actually just use their glyph. But definitely no reason for Mudgolems to go back. Able to finish that off. Wasn't before the 30-minute mark, unfortunately for them, so not able to try and get an XP lead. But even still, an objective is an objective. Gives a little bit of gold towards the team and a little bit of confidence as well. And actually get straight into the Roach Pit as well. There is the courier. I think it was Koifu's courier. It scouts this out, so Liquid had come over here. It's lickety split. 3 of them smoked up. Mickey at the front at the moment, but Bora has absolutely no mana to actually try and make any sort of engagement here. And Mudgolems will just put it down to half HP. It looks like Liquid might have been able to just make a move straight in, but we're going to play it safe, go back into the high ground. And the rest of Mudgolems now will just pop to smoke of their own. Gonna see him clash. 33 in the front. Runs into Tiger, but he gets the rolling boulder quickly out. Dumping straight towards the back lines of 33. Mickey just gets a spin off. Milan tries to get the pick off at the back, but he ends up just... It looks like he's going to drop any second now. He will fall. And 33 just has to bail out. The Tiger just keeps the pressure going. Manages to find a quick grab on Zafata. Another death there. Milan's even bought back for this. We'll probably see Fartas going to have to buy back as well. He doesn't have Force Promise available still for a minute, but even still, any sort of assistance he can give for his team with this Roshan fight is going to be needed. Especially it looks like Mudgolems want to take this fight. Roche is getting pretty low. Jump forward from... Mickey actually gets the Aegis still. So unfortunately that move failed there by 33. Boris jumping in and out. Finally the Omni Slash comes out from Mickey, and that's just Skeeter gone. Nowhere near enough survivability to try and keep himself alive there. Farter, especially with no False Promise available. So a little bit of a failed move there by Mudgolems. They tried getting into snatching the Aegis. They get the kill onto Roche, sure, but even still, Aegis still going towards Mickey. 2 quick kills onto both cores. And they're not even going to bother about any racks. They're just going straight for the tier 4s. They want to end this game now. Skeeter's going to have to buy back. He doesn't have any option here. He will eventually buy back. 1 tier 4's already gone down. Second is soon to fall. Jumps straight onto the back lines with the Infest there. Insania looks like he might just drop. No, he's still alive. He's kept there. The Force Force comes down to Borrow to try and keep him sustained. Fire's just going to fall in the background. Skeeter's now the focus of Mickey's wrath. Laying into him. Finally pops the cheese. They did manage to steal earlier as well, but that's not going to be enough. He's standing his ground. Milan trying to help with the avalanche. Even still, Skeeter falls. Buyback from Borrow did fall as well. With the BKB committed. He's trying desperately to keep him in this game. 33 Milan jumped into the background, doing a lot of damage onto Koifa, but Mickey doesn't give a crap. He's still just targeting the throne. There will be a glyph to finally pop it out, but Borrow just gets locked down in place. So does Milan. They're both going to fall when Mickey finally decides to just finish this game up. Takes away the Ancient. And that's Liquid winning game 1. So it was a pretty dominant show from Liquid for the majority of that game. There was only a couple of times in Mudgolems where it felt like they were starting to get back into it, but as soon as they got their foot in the door, Liquid just slammed it shut on them, broke some toes, and said, "Get the hell out of my house." But we do see Liquid taking game 1. So it's all going to be up to Mudgolems now to see if they can try and rally and win, take it to a 3rd game, and even take that to try and get to the grand finals against Na'Vi. But even still, a pretty dominant first game there by Team Liquid. They're definitely on a roll at the moment. They've been performing so damn well throughout this tournament. So we'll see if Mudgolems they can try and recover, but just who knows. We'll see if they come up with a different sort of strategy, come into this with a fresh mind, just reset a little bit, and yeah. We'll see what they adjust for the next game.